We're going to talk a little bit more about some of the tightness in this market, whether it be from an inflation perspective, but also from, well, a labor perspective too, because seemingly no sector has been left unaffected by America's tightening in that labor market, especially healthcare and the rising demand in caregivers that have signaled a possible crisis for long-term care. CareAcademy's mission is to expand opportunities to these workers and unlock their potential. The company's CEO and founder, Helen Adeosun, and Asahi Pompey, Global Head of Corporate Engagement at Goldman Sachs, join us now for an exclusive announcement, because the announcement is some funding coming to you. Helen, first and foremost, congratulations on the money, and just talk to us about where you put it, how you accelerate CareAcademy.
Absolutely. Caroline, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here with you as well as Asahi today. So CareAcademy is a company I founded on the premise of upskilling the future of healthcare, direct care workers. We believe that the healthcare future lies directly in home and in community. And so with this round of funding, we hope to expand that very mission of being the front door of the future of healthcare, leveling up direct care workers and then opening up opportunities around data and managing the data of direct care workers out in the field.
It's a lot of money here, Helen. What's sort of the main thing that now you want to use that money, how to put it to use? What are you looking to do?
Well, absolutely. Well, we're really proud as a company to have the privilege of upskilling 300,000 direct care workers in the U.S. and Canada. Over 1,600 employers work with CareAcademy on our mission to upskill the future of healthcare. And the future forward looks at expanding that. We believe that direct care workers can really alleviate some of the burden right now in terms of the healthcare shortage in the workforce. If we are able to do things like add-on certification, we have 10 specialized certifications. We can essentially create a caregiver who's a specialist in managing the care of individuals with diseases such as diabetes and other healthcare challenges.
Asahi, we love that you come to us with the news, because this is all part of Goldman Sachs Asset Management's 1 Million Black Women initiative. Is it about $10 billion committed to narrow basically opportunity gaps for black women who are founding incredible companies and going and looking to raise money, but looking for the right opportunity to raise it? Talk to us about what drew you to CareAcademy, the opportunity you see to back it.
Caroline, it's great to be with you. I have to tell you, Goldman Sachs knows a good investment when we see it, and CareAcademy was unequivocally a great investment. You know, we all talk about that 90% wealth gap that persists in this country between a black woman and a white man. But here's the thing that people don't really talk about. That 90% wealth gap is largely due to an earnings gap. Black women just aren't earning enough money. So CareAcademy and Helen, what they do is they upskill care providers, which, as we all know, are the unsung heroes that they really are, unsung heroes. They upskill these healthcare providers so that their income can increase. And to date, over 40,000 caregivers have had their income increase as a result of CareAcademy. So in Helen and CareAcademy, we saw three things. We saw a scalable solution. We saw an affordable solution to provide greater education to healthcare workers. And we also saw accessibility, an online platform that's helping thousands and thousands of caregivers.
And how are you measuring success coming out of this, Asahi? Is it really about return on investment, or are there other metrics that you're going to be looking at over at Goldman?
You know, we look at a number of things, Romaine. Certainly, return on investment is one of them, but we're concerned critically about impact. And Caroline mentioned our OMBW 1 Million Black Women initiative. What we know through our Black Womenomics report is if we're able to make investments and philanthropic commitments and more generally narrow that earnings gap for Black women in this country compared to a white man, we can do a number of things that impact the U.S. economy more globally. In particular, creating upwards of 1.2 million jobs, increasing U.S. annual GDP of upwards of $350 billion. So efforts to narrow that earnings gap really have great impact.
Overall, Helen, when we think about the scale of the need that we're going to have, an aging population, people wanting to be tempting back into the economy, I'm worried about when you see the numbers that have been coming down in terms of unemployment numbers. They've been looking trajectory in a good direction, but not quite often for people of color. Finally, we had a lot of talk from the Federal Reserve about wanting a more inclusive labor force, wanting to run this economy hot, but now inflation's got out of control and we're having to see rates go up. Do you worry as the economy has to slow that will eventually put off people coming back on and participating in the labor force?
We don't necessarily, see this. I think, one of the things that we believe at CareAcademy, especially when we look at healthcare, is that healthcare has a lot of resiliency, whether you're talking about economic downturn or moments of inflationary pressures. We're excited about, with this funding, this $20 million of funding really opens up the aperture of participation. We imagine not only, workforce participation being enabled by direct care workers, but also opening up the aperture directly for family caregivers to also participate in the workforce while also providing excellent care and outcomes. And we see that there's a huge opportunities directly through what we're providing at CareAcademy.
All right, going to have to leave it there. Great to catch up with you, Helen, and congratulations on this, the big announcement, a $20 million strategic investment round here for the healthcare company, home health organization company. Helen Adeosun there, who heads that company, CareAcademy. And of course, our thanks there to Asahi Pompey over at Goldman Sachs.